Let us again reinitiate the process. So, just a while ago, we were discussing about how there was a court case. So, I was just giving the example to Anushri that Anushri goes to some temple, Krishna temple, Hare Krishna temple. She sees Krishna deities. She likes everything. She, appreciates. She goes to the book counter and she takes Bhagavad Gita as it is. She buys some books and reading Bhagavad Gita as it is, reading from first chapter to the last chapter, she reads. Anushri and Abhay Gayatri, have you read Bhagavad Gita completely?
Full I am not read.
Acha, theek hai. So now in Bhagavad Gita, you would have come across this verse called as Tat Viddhi Pranipatina Pariprashnena Sevaya. So in this manner, you will know about the position of Guru, and then you will become very serious, and so much so that you will say that I want Krishna, and I want to ensure that at the end of this physical life, I want to go back to Krishna. I want to go back to Godhead. And that's a mission of Prabhupada. So what Prabhupada did, those who are very serious, for them, Prabhupada started uh, Diksha, Prabhupada started Diksha ceremony, which is also known as initiation. What is the meaning of initiation? You formally accept Srila Prabhupada as a guru, and Prabhupada promises you that he will take you back to Krishna. So this is the meaning. Please understand what is the meaning of Diksha. Diksha means from whom you are taking Diksha, he is promising you that you follow all the rules and regulations which I am giving you, like no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, all these things, all these four things you follow, I will take you back to Godhead. I will take you back to Krishna. So this is the instruction given by Prabhupada. So Prabhupada made this something called as Diksha. So what is the meaning of Diksha? When you become very serious, you accept Srila Prabhupada as your only savior. And you choose to follow these four rules, and you chant essentially 16 rounds. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. What is the meaning of illicit sex? I'll just inform you. Any relationship outside the marriage relationship without husband and wife, you would be seeing, sometimes, you're still young, but still, whenever when a man outside his marriage likes some other lady, or whenever a woman likes a man outside marriage, is a gross offense. So this, and chanting 16 rounds. When you chant this, when you do this, this is a great offense. So now this ISKCON Mumbai or ISKCON Bombay in Juhu, there is this ISKCON temple is there. So what had happened was, when Prabhupada was physically present on this planet on 14th of November 1977, Prabhupada left this physical body. This physical body Prabhupada had left. But Prabhupada's instruction is कि हम आत्मा हैं, we are soul. न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. This is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. Very clear. न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. So Prabhupada said that it is Prabhupada's own words, that I will be the guru for ISKCON for the next 10,000 years. I will live in my books and you will utilize. These are instructions of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada when was physically present on this planet, he used to live in, say for example, he was in Honolulu, Hawaii, and some person in in Nairobi, Africa, or some part, say Japan, if they wanted to become Prabhupada disciple, they wanted to follow these four things: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, and chant 16 rounds, and wanted to go back to Krishna. Then Prabhupada made a system called as initiation system, Diksha system, where Prabhupada would make, would ensure that this particular soul goes back to Krishna if he follows the four rules and chants 16 rounds. So this was Prabhupada's promise. And disciple will follow Prabhupada. And so when Prabhupada used to be in one particular temple, this it used to happen spontaneously. Like Prabhupada is in, imagine, I'm just telling, Prabhupada in Delhi. Okay, so Prabhupada is come to Delhi. So now Arush is in Gurgaon. He can go. Gayatri, Anushri, and Nirjala Mataji, they are all in Chandrapur. So they are in Chandrapur. Sorry, they are in Maharashtra. So now what will happen is they cannot travel directly to, immediately, they cannot travel. So imagine, sometimes you can take a flight and you can immediately travel. But say imagine if Prabhupada is in New York and you have to take the initiation. So what Prabhupada made system was that Prabhupada would give the name, the spiritual name. Prabhupada would give the name. Prabhupada would chant on the beads, and Prabhupada would, by you will send courier, no? You send some books in courier, some gifts in courier. So like that, he used to courier those mala and the name to the temple president. So for example, in Delhi, there is one temple president. He will receive the mala, he will receive the name, and he will organize a fire sacrifice. And in that fire sacrifice, in front of Prabhupada, in front of Krishna, you will take these four promises you make to Prabhupada, and you will make the fifth promise that you will chant 16 rounds, and Prabhupada would formally accept you as you will become Prabhupada's disciple. This was the system Prabhupada was following initially. In 1966, Prabhupada started ISKCON, and this system was going on. When Prabhupada was physically present in one temple, he used to personally conduct the fire sacrifice. He used to personally chant on the beads and give the beads. He used to give the spiritual name also. But when Prabhupada started traveling across the world, Prabhupada traveled. Can anyone tell me how many times Prabhupada traveled from 1965 to 1977? How many times Prabhupada encircled the entire earth? How many times Prabhupada encircled the entire earth on preaching mission? Can anyone tell me? Ritambra, Gayatri, Anushri, Arush. Can anyone tell me? In 11 years, 1966 to 1977, Prabhupada encircled earth 14 times. 14 times. 14 times Prabhupada encircled earth. So it was not practically possible that Prabhupada will be all the time in one particular temple. So if Prabhupada is in New York and we are in Delhi, if we want to get initiated, Prabhupada, please accept us. We will follow the four regulations, principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, and we will chant 16 rounds on the mala. We agree. We'll go and tell to the particular person of the temple. We'll go, say, for example, now I am in Vrindaban. Now, Arush, let us take the example of Arush. Arush is in Gurgaon now. So Arush will go and tell, I want to become Prabhupada disciple. So he will go and tell to, he will go and tell to Arjunath Prabhu. So Arjuna Prabhu is the, like he's heading one center in Gurgaon. So Arjuna Prabhu will write a letter to the authority. So who is the ultimate authority? Prabhupada, because Prabhupada is giving Diksha. So he will write a letter to the authority and say that he wants to, so and so Arush wants to become the disciple. So what will do happen is Prabhupada will give a spiritual name, or Prabhupada will tell someone, find a name for Arush, some spiritual name. Now Arush full name is Arush Mittal. This is the legal name. But in spiritual life, once you become initiated, you get a Vedic name. So Arush will get a Vedic name. Like for example, my name was earlier Suraj Kumar Roy. Okay? When I got initiated in ISKCON Bangalore, let me tell about myself. Say, imagine I went to ISKCON Bangalore and I liked the temple. I went to the temple, and after some time, I told to my my superior, that Prabhuji, I want to become a devotee. I want to become a full-time missionary, or I want to become a disciple of Prabhupada. Like that, I'll express desire. Say anyone, it doesn't mean that everyone has to join temple, shave head. No, nothing of that sort. You can also become Prabhupada disciple if you chant 16 rounds and if you follow these four principles. And you can also become, Prabhupada disciple. So all you have to do is you have to follow the system made by Prabhupada. So what Prabhupada did, when Prabhupada was personally present, he used to give the name, spiritual name, the beads, and the disciple used to promise to Prabhupada, we'll follow these four principles, and Prabhupada used to take the charge of this disciple. And remember this, Prabhupada used to burn away the entire karma of the disciple. Please remember this. Prabhupada will burn away the entire sin of the disciple. Say Anushri has committed some mistake. While walking, she has stepped onto one ant. So that sin is there, no? When Anushri will become Prabhupada disciple, Prabhupada will completely remove that sinful reaction. This is the promise of Prabhupada. Prabhupada will take Anushri back to Krishna. This is Prabhupada. So now, this is the system which Prabhupada was following. When centers started expanding from New York to San Francisco, then all over the world, Vrindaban, Mumbai, everywhere there used to be centers. So when Prabhupada started traveling, Prabhupada made a system wherein he said, I'll chant on my representative will chant on the beats, my representative will choose the name, and my representative will conduct the fire sacrifice, the Havan. He will conduct the fire sacrifice, and anyone, even if Prabhupada is in New York, anyone who's in Delhi or Bombay or anyone, through the system made by Prabhupada, they would get connected to Prabhupada and they will become disciples of Prabhupada. They are no one else's disciple. So for conducting this, like for example, giving the beads, chanting on the beads, giving the name, conducting fire ceremony, this Yavan Yagna. So Prabhupada gave one particular name for that function, and that function who was doing on behalf of Prabhupada is called as ritvik. So this ritvik means he is acting on behalf of Prabhupada, he is representing Prabhupada, and he will initiate someone to become Prabhupada disciple on behalf of Prabhupada. So this principle is ritvik. Now I want to ask a question. Anushri goes to a temple along with Gayatri and Ritambra and Arush. Anushri goes to a temple. So all four of them see Radha, Radha Krishna deities, very beautiful deities they see. They go around the very nice temple, clean temple. They go to the book counter. They go read, purchase Bhagavad Gita as it is. They read Bhagavad Gita as it is. Reading Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, you get spiritual knowledge. So who is giving you spiritual knowledge?
Prabhupada and Krishna.
Srila
Exactly.
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada and Krishna, they are giving spiritual knowledge. Okay. So who is giving this spiritual knowledge to us? Prabhupada and Krishna. See, originally, Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Krishna is the cause of all causes. So the mercy representation of Krishna is Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is representative of Krishna. So Prabhupada and Krishna are giving you this knowledge. So now after some time, you have read Prabhupada books, you have seen Prabhupada videos, Prabhupada lectures, everything. Prabhupada has burnt your sin. Prabhupada has removed all your sins. And Prabhupada is taking back to you, bringing you back to Krishna. So now, if someone comes and tells you that no, Prabhupada Prabhupada died in on 14th November 1977. He is no longer there. He is no longer physically there. I am your guru. Will you accept?
No, Prabhuji.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to convey to all of you. And this is exactly the reason the court case between ISKCON Bangalore and the ISKCON Mumbai, which is in Juhu.
Prabhuji, may I ask a doubt?
Yes, please.
Prabhuji, did Srila Prabhupada himself wrote a letter before he died that wrote that I am the only spiritual master? I mean, he himself wrote a letter, and
Yes, yes,
why
very good.
this came to
Yes, yes. Prabhupada wrote the July 9th letter. Everyone, very good. It's a very good information which our Gayatri has shared. So now I am showing you that letter. I'm showing you that letter now. So Gayatri, you are right. So Prabhupada wrote this letter, and this letter is called as July 9th letter, which clearly tells Prabhupada is the only guru. Yeah, what happened? Is this visible? And okay. Is it visible for all of you? I'll increase. Is it visible on the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this is on letter to all G.B.C and all temple presidents. Prabhupada was Prabhupada was physically present at that time in Vrindavan. See, please remember, Prabhupada is still with us through his books, through his instructions. Prabhupada has told, we are soul, we are Atma, we are not this physical body. Okay? Prabhupada is with us with the instructions. So the letter says, letter to all G.B.C, all temple presidents, Vrindavan, 9th of July 1977. So, to all G.B.C and temple presidents, dear Maharajas and Prabhus, please accept my humble obeisances at our feet. Recently, when all the G.B.C members were with His divine grace in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada, when we are referring divine grace, we are referring only to Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada indicated that soon he would appoint some of his senior disciples to act as ritvik. Please remember this name, ritvik. What is this? Ritvik. Representative of Acharya for the purpose of performing initiations, both first initiation and second initiation. His divine grace has so far given a list of 11 disciples who will act in that capacity. So meaning of this is that in future also Prabhupada can appoint some more of his initiated disciples to act as ritviks. So it doesn't mean that this ritvik system ends here only and there will be no more ritviks. So please note, for the purpose of performing initiation, both first and second initiation, His Divine Grace has so far given a list of 11 disciples who will act in that capacity. First, His Holiness Kirtanananda Swami, His Holiness Satsvarupa Goswami, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, His Holiness Tamala Krishna Goswami, His Holiness Hrdayananda Goswami, His Holiness Bhavananda Goswami, His Holiness Hamsaduta Swami, His Holiness Ramesvara Swami, His Holiness Harikesha Swami, His Holiness Bhagwan Das Adhikari, His Grace Jayatirtha Das Adhikari. So in the past, temple presidents have written to Srila Prabhupada recommending a particular devotee's initiation. Now that Srila Prabhupada has named these representatives, temple presidents may henceforward send recommendation for first and second initiation to whichever of these 11 representatives are nearest to their temple. Now, for example, I'm just giving example. Now, Anushri, Gayatri are in Bombay. So ISKCON, so Hare Krishna movement, Mumbai, Hare Krishna, HKM Mumbai president is who? Who's HKM Mumbai president? Amit Hasan bro. So imagine Anushri, Gayatri become very serious. They're chanting 16 rounds. They follow all the four regulations, regulative principles, and they will then approach. Then when they seriously decide that on their own that they want a guru, they want Srila Prabhupada as to be their guru, then they will approach Amitasan Prabhu because he is the temple president through some devotee, and temple president will write to the Ritvik. So there will be a body. So these 11, apart from these 11 Ritviks, there will be a bona fide system, which now we will explain that also. Now that information will go to the Ritvik, and on behalf of Prabhupada, that Ritvik will give the name, the spiritual name, the beads, fire sacrifice will be conducted after some time, and you will promise that Prabhupada is your only guru, and you will follow four regulative principles, and you'll chant 16 rounds, and Prabhupada is your. That's it. So now let us move further. Temple presidents may henceforward send recommendation for first and second initiation to whichever of these 11 representatives are nearest their temple. After considering the recommendation, these representatives may accept the devotee as an initiated disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Please note this. They are not their disciples. Please note this particular principle as an initiated disciple of Srila Prabhupada by giving a spiritual name, or in the case of second initiation, chanting Gayatri thread, chanting on the Gayatri thread, just as Srila Prabhupada has done. The newly initiated disciples are, again, please note this, the newly initiated disciples are disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So imagine the fire sacrifice is conducted by Amitasan Prabhu, and Amitasan Prabhu hands over the beads, and he has given in front of Prabhupada, deity, in front of the fire sacrifice, and all the Vaishnavas. You receive the name, you get the promise. So Anushri, whose disciple you are now?
Srila Prabhupada.
Exactly, Haribol, Jai Prabhupada. So this is your Srila Prabhupada's disciple. Srila Prabhupada will burn Anushri's all sins, and Srila Prabhupada will take back Anushri to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada will take back Arush to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada will take Gayatri to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada will take back everyone who's his disciple back to Krishna. Because only Prabhupada can give Krishna. No other common man can give you Krishna. The above 11 senior devotees acting as his representative. Please note, all these 11 people, they are his representative. Whose representative? Srila Prabhupada's representative. After the temple president receives a letter from these representatives, giving the spiritual name or the thread, he can perform the fire yajna in the temple as was being done before. The name of a newly initiated disciple should be sent to the representative who has accepted him or her to Srila Prabhupada to be included in his Divine Graces Initiated Disciples book. Meaning, there is a book in which all Prabhupada disciples' names are there, and moment Anushri becomes Prabhupada disciple, that name will be sent to that book and you will be in that. And hoping this finds you all well, your servant approved Tamal Krishna Goswami, and he is writing on behalf of Abhay Charana Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, secretary to Srila Prabhupada. This letter on behalf of Prabhupada was sent to all temple presidents on July 9th, 1977. To all temple presidents. This is a document. You should know this letter. So with this, I'll stop over here. Time is running out. So please chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay? With this, I'll stop over here. Let us all chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,